Stone.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Summoners Report, where we discuss upcoming changes to the League of Legends, as well as what's happening over on the public beta environment. Once again, I'm joined by Jester Days, and in this episode, we'll be covering new summoner icons, changes to Ziggs, Orianna, Draven, and Master Yi, as well as a new look to the loading screen and a few item changes. Okay, so let's get started with icons. What kind of new stuff can we expect to see headed our way?
You can support your favorite LCS team and esports as a whole shortly after patch 3.9. You can purchase your favorite team's logo as an icon for 250 RP. 20% of that revenue will go to the team, and the rest of it will just be used to fund other esports related things such as prizes and venues. These items will be available for purchase through the LCS Summer Split, but will be permanently unlocked after you purchase them.
Okay, well, that sounds awesome. We'll definitely be looking for those icons in the future. So let's go ahead and move on to champion changes now. These are pretty small changes to these champions, but interesting enough. So let's go ahead and hit on Ziggs first. What's happening with Ziggs?
He'll be getting some quality of life changes to his Q and W, so he'll no longer walk to the target location if he casts a spell outside of its target range. Instead, if he casts it outside of his range, the spell will just cast in that general direction, kind of like Jarvan's flag.
Okay, so moving on. Orianna, what's going on with Orianna?
She's just getting a very, very simple change. There's now a range indicator on your ally whenever you cast your shield on them, so it'll let you know how far they can get before it comes back.
Well, awesome. That is a small change, but it should be helpful. So let's move on to Draven. What's going to be happening with Draven?
Draven no longer has a bleed for his passive. His new passive is League of Draven. Draven gains a stack of adoration when he catches an axe or kills an enemy minion or monster. Whenever Draven kills an enemy champion, he consumes half of his adoration stacks, gaining 3 gold per stack consumed, and if he dies, he loses half his stacks on death.
Okay, so now that we've discussed the smaller changes, this is the big one, Master Yi. Master Yi is being changed completely. Can you let us know what's going on with that?
He's getting a full visual rework as well as some kit changes, and these will most likely end up taking APE off the board. If we see that build at all, it certainly won't be as prominent because this Alpha Strike no longer scales off of AP. It's strictly AD, and it is confirmed that the Yi rework will happen before Xerath. However, it's uncertain if the Heimer is still coming before everyone else. They did mention.
Well, those sound like some interesting changes, and we'll definitely be looking out for them. So now that we've discussed champions, let's go ahead and move on to some of the aesthetic changes. What's happening with the loading screen?
The loading bar on the loading screen has been removed, but the percentage is still there, and the player's summoner icon will also be showing.
Okay, so there's an item change coming as well as a new item altogether. First off, let's start with the item change. What's going on with the Oracle?
Oracles now has a range indicator around your character to show just how far it goes, so you can see what wards you'll be able to detect. And it persists through death now, but it only lasts for 4 minutes instead of 5.
Well, that's definitely interesting. You lose the minute, but you gain a persistent buff through death, so I guess it depends on where you're at in the game how useful that will be considering what your death timer is. Okay, so there's a new item coming to the game, and I know that there's been some unhappiness on both the player side and Riot side with the current magic resist items available in game compared to the armor items available in game, and this seems like a kind of an answer to that. So can you tell us more about it?
Orb of Winter, the new ARAM item, gives 70 magic resist, 20 health regen per 5, and its unique passive grants a shield that absorbs up to 30 plus 10 damage per level, and the shield refreshes after not taking damage for 9 seconds. As always, we'd like to thank Riot for keeping their community up to date on what they're doing, as well as Surrender at 20 and reignofgaming.net for source material. Links in the description below, and we also have a link to the new League of Legends PBE forums, but this is still in beta right now. But go check it out anyway.
All right, that just about covers it for this edition of the Summers Report. Remember, if you like the video, please share it with your friends, give us the thumbs up, and you can help support us by subscribing to our channel for future content.